Hi, and welcome to Bible Bytes. Have you ever wondered where or who you should share the gospel with? In a world of nearly 8 billion people, it can be kind of overwhelming to think about, right? Well, today we're going to look at a passage that Jesus himself gave us the game plan of how we should go about sharing the gospel. So stay tuned. So this passage takes place after Jesus has given us the Great Commission in Matthew 28. His disciples are asking him when he's coming back. He hasn't even left yet, and they're like, Jesus, when are you coming back again? And I love his response. So let's read in Acts chapter 1. We're going to be reading verses 6 through 11. So when they had come together, they asked him, Lord, will you at this time restore the kingdom to Israel? He said to them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons that the Father has fixed by his own authority, but you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth. And when he had said these things, as they were looking on, he was lifted up, and a cloud took him out of their sight. And they were gazing into heaven as he went. Behold, two men stood by them in white robes. They said, Men of Galilee, why do you stand looking into heaven? This Jesus who was taken up from you into heaven will come in the same way that you saw him go into heaven. That's the ascension of Jesus. But what's most important here is we already have the commission to go and make disciples of all nations. Jesus gave us a very awesome game plan to do that. So if you've ever been overwhelmed, maybe like I was when I first heard that we have to share the gospel with like the whole world, it can be that's a big number. That's a big task, but God can do it. So there's a few reasons that I love this passage. One is we see God's heart for people. He loves the world and he wants the whole world to know him and to have the chance to hear about what Jesus did on the cross. He doesn't want us to be super focused on when Jesus is coming back. Jesus himself says it's not for us to know the time or the hour. God knows. And that should be good enough for us. It's okay to study the end times and stuff, but we should not be focused on that. We should be focused on the Great Commission and seeing that completed. Second reason I love this passage is that Jesus reminds the disciples that they are to be his witnesses. But this is the cool part. Have you seen the 3 different places that he told them to go? This is what's known as the concentric circles, if you could think of it like a big circle. He told them, you'll be my witnesses in Jerusalem, in Judea, and Samaria, and then to the ends of the earth. So if we draw that out, it's starting small, bigger, 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 bigger. So he gives them a game plan. He doesn't say, all right, you have to have, you go here and you go here. He says, start where you are and work outward from there. That's what I love about this. So if we were to think of that as zooming out, if you were looking on, say, Google Maps or, I don't know, I use Google Maps, whatever kind of maps you use, even if it's the old-fashioned kind. Get out your protractor and draw circles around where you're currently living and figure out where your circles are and figure out where you want to start sharing the gospel within there. That's a great place to start. So, for example, I live in Albuquerque. So Albuquerque would be like my Jerusalem. If I were to get into a bigger circle from that, it would be New Mexico. And then outside of that circle, maybe the US. And then the ends of the earth. So everyone kind of has that at the end of their circle plan. But it's a great way to think about how to start sharing the gospel. And the last reason I love this passage is also kind of the first reason. Jesus is coming back again. So let's go out and share the gospel. Jesus wants us to be his witnesses wherever we are at. There's a great passage further on in Acts that says that God has determined the times and the places where we will live. Even you today, God has determined where you are, who you know, and what you're involved in for the purpose of the Great Commission. So let's be his witnesses for the Great Commission today and start in your circles, and I think you'll be surprised how well that game plan works. Thanks for tuning in today. Please check out other Bible Bites and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.